here, okay? And I'm gonna show you something here. This is what they call a sundog, okay? And when you look at that, that was first seen, I think, somewhere in Switzerland, right by CERN. Yes, right by CERN. Now let us look at CERN. Considering the sundog, here's a fair picture, I guess. Yeah, this would be considered a fair picture, I guess. Um, if you turned and if I took the top of that circle and I grabbed it by its handle, or in certain terms, one of the tubes, that is colliding particles. Here's a good one actually. Here's an aerial view of this. Okay. Now imagine the sundog. And I grabbed that handle by the very top and I gently dragged it upward and flipped it on its side like a how should I say it? Is it what do they call those Ferris wheels or one of the carnival rides? Oh yeah, here it is. Now if I flip that upside down, okay, and I flip that CERN, model you just saw there up, and I pulled it up on its end, and I set it down in between a pyramid. Okay, and as you see, you have the Alpha and Omega. Yes, the alphabet, the whole entire alphabet, the A to Z, the Z to A. Omega, the O, is really a Z code, so to speak. I think back on my life, last year at this very moment, I was in a box, sharing a bathroom as a cell with another man. A man that I would not prefer to be in a cell with, just to sleep with, and to be bunked up with. And him being on top of me being on the bottom bunk, he being on the top bunk. The man never left his cell. Now in prison, let me just be humble here and admit, in prison, you are not allowed to close your cell door, say if you have to go to the bathroom. Meaning if I had to take a shit, I would have to shit in the same cell as this man who would never leave his cell. And I'd have to shit with the door wide open. Now, out in the open are about 60 prisoners, give or take, that could all see you clearly. So you could walk past somebody's cell and, oh, there goes a man, shitting on the toilet. And you have to walk right past him and just mind your business and kind of pretend like you don't see him. Meanwhile, you do see him. That's the thing, you do see him. And if you are that man, usually guys will put up sheets or things like that. They'll tie sheets real cleverly to the bathroom mirror behind the mirror and attach it to the top bunk and things like that, and kind of like set a sheet over. So there are ways to get around it. But if you don't know any better, you don't know any better. Okay? Nobody's gonna show you the way in prison. Trust me. They're gonna show you their way. And their way is not a fair way, trust me. Catch you in that shower or that shower stall late night, late or early morning. But they'll catch you. And you don't want to be caught in there. And if you're a man that doesn't stand up for himself and just lets people rule over you and stomp on you like a punk and a floor mat, well, guess what? You're going to have your lunch taken. You're going to get messed with. Oh, yeah. You're going to get messed with. And it's on you to take courage and stand up for yourself. Man, you'll call your mommy so quick crying. They're messing with me here. Because guys will mess with you. And there's always a guy stronger, bigger, better, more gangster, more animalistic than you are in there. And everybody's watching and everybody's clocking you. So that's just the kind of life that I was living last year at this time. So for that, I have to be eternally grateful for it. You know, I don't really do well outside, free. That's just me though, man. And all I could give you is me. And all I could tell you is this. You saw that sundog I showed you? That sundog tells you that you are in an enclosure, okay? This right here, like I told you about CERN, man, I see some things that would blow your mind about CERN. People talk about the surveillance state. Oh yeah, Trump's going to bring about a surveillance, AI surveillance. Let me tell you a secret. There is already, you see that sundog right there? There is already massive surveillance going on in this country. You want to know why? Because 99% of people use the internet, okay? They wake up on their phones, they look at the internet. Every single morning, everybody does it. There's such a case with the dead internet theory that is coming true. And what it means is this, is that the internet has become life. It's become conscious. You think about it. Everybody uses the internet every day they wake up, they go to their phones. You see that machine at Geneva and CERN, Switzerland, how it was seen? This was first seen in Switzerland, by the way. So that's how you know that this is a machine. And I will tell you what kind of machine it is. It's none other than Azazel's Rainbow. What does this mean? It means a machine. You see the three suns, 1, 2, 3, right down the middle or the equator. Okay? And it's very simple once you understand it. And this is not apparition. This is not a shadow. This is a machine. And this is what we're inside of. We are inside of a black hole inside a machine. What they call the castle. They call it a castle. There's no other castles left. This is the first or the only castle left. And this is what you call the Ark, is CERN. CERN also being the Ark, it also is the Tower of Babel. See, a lot of people don't really investigate, they don't research, they don't understand that the tower was not about height. It was about Nimrod having control in communication with other entities. It's about us being inside something that we are trapped in. You call it Azazel's Rainbow, Aldebaran, Saturn, whatever you want to call it. It's a machine. These are the gates. The gates sit up top as well. This is where the angel guards as well. This is a lot of different things. It's a lot of different things. It's a machine, okay, that CERN acquired through our past, okay? And they learned how to jump dimensions and retrieve things for our past, from our past, like knowledge of Mars, like knowledge of the stars, which I'm going to start reading to you today, right now. Here's a good example. Here is a great example. That is how complicated the machine actually is. This is not a weather apparition. This is a machine. These are the gates. The gates that we will talk about, the 13 gates of Enoch. The angel sits where Venus is, going in the opposite direction of our normal orbit, or the normal direction the arc flows and goes, which is always west. Okay? And that is where the angel sits at the right hand of the Father. The Father being the Son, Re, Ra. You know, this is almost so complicated. I could spend a whole lot of time talking about this and telling you about this. This is what we are enclosed in. This is the enclosure. This is like, you know, ancient depictions of like the earth, ancient earth depictions. Let's see, ancient earth. The best really depiction of the earth is this. That is, of course, talking about Tiamat. And if you don't know about Tiamat, you have a lot to learn still before you can come to this channel. Oh, look, Ra's calling me. Ra, meaning Ray, meaning the light of the world. God is light. Read John. He'll tell you. John was a mystic, like most of us who are in the know or work for the cause or of the 72 are. We're more of a Christian mystic type. Because we know the truth about real Christianity, the religion, the religious Christianity. Well, most of it's all a lie. It's all a lie, and you've been fooled. You've been fooled to hate Egypt. That's one of the biggest lies. Egypt is not somewhere you know about. It is the Black Land. Okay? Me being brought up in the ancient book, the most ancient book there is on this planet, is Ptah Hotep, the instructions of Ptah Hotep. Do you think I not know who that is? The Golden Mask? The Golden Mask means the crystal skull. That is the truth about the Golden Mask. I am the Golden Child. And you say, how does a white man rule Black Land? Well, why don't you look back at the Kingdom of Cush and look at Moses, who I've been telling you about, and the story of Akhenaten behind me, and in 2015, 2016, and me dying, and the alien virus that downloaded my consciousness, which was male and female. And then I found out that Akhenaten was not only Moses, but he was a hermaphrodite. And yes, he ruled the kingdom of Cush because his wife was black, Zipporah, who I told you also about. I can't try to pretend to be something I'm not, or try to pretend to be somebody I'm not. All I could tell you is that I am who I am. And these are my people. And if you don't understand what Kemetic teachings are all about, well, then you don't understand your own religion, Christianity. And this is why my origins always go back to Africa, to the palm tree, to the Black Land where everything is fertile. where animals are everywhere. Here's a picture of the Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost. Here's a picture of the spaceship. Do you understand now? Nuwaubian. Nuwaup. Here's the Ankh, the real cross of life. See, it wasn't a man hanging by a cross on a tree. No. It was arms reaching down and arms reaching up and touching one another. Somebody praying to somebody above. And this cross is that symbol. Surrounded by two olive branches. So, this is just a little bit about the Lion of Judah. I am the Lion of Judah. I am from the tribe of Judah. And I am the hawk. And all praise to Kemet. Here's the Kemetic flag right here. These are also Kemetic flags. The great empire Kemet, it wasn't called Egypt. You see how Christianity tries to hijack it? The Vatican tries to hijack it. Why don't you look and see how many Egyptian things are at the Vatican? Let's look and see. Vatican, Egypt. They stole everything. They stole actually the whole entire, not only Library of Alexandria, but all these great, great art pieces in Egypt. And this is where they gained their knowledge. This is where they gained their knowledge, and this is how they whitewashed everything and Romanized everything and Greecized everything, I guess you want to say. Everything stems from Egypt, guys, and Africa and Ethiopia. Okay? This is all Vatican stuff they have. They have about 100 statues of like Sekhmet, I believe, too. Or no, there's a place with 100 statues of Sekhmet. Here they show what the divine Trinity really is about, which is Father, Mother, and Son. This one's missing the head. And if you know anything about Venus del Milo, you see these are idols. These are idols. There's Sekhmet right there. Be very careful with her. Isis. And Lord knows what they have here in the Vatican. It would actually really, I don't look and see or try to find out because I already know what it is. It's already hijacked. Once you wake up to the real truth and you understand that everything is your eye, there's so much to this eye, you have no idea. And why the Egyptians made it the way that they did. But just know this, the two eyes of Horus, like I told you, the eye of Osiris, the eye of Horus, the eye of Providence, whatever you want to call it, say, however you want to put it. This is where the Freemasons get their knowledge from. This is where the real knowledge is, guys. I mean, please don't think for one minute that, you know, I'm not somebody who is gonna, you know, co-sign some Egypt bullshit with you when I know the real truth. Here you go. Yeah, so who is this guy, huh? Who is this boy king, this golden boy? Well, I could tell you. This, I don't know. I don't know, man. You see, I dealt with a lot of health problems. Why don't you look at King Tut's life and see if he dealt with a lot of health problems? Oh, okay, he did? Oh, really? Here's something a little closer. A little closer. Oh man, they got me in makeup and everything. Oh jeez. So, I don't know, guys. This is just a little bit about my life. I can't really tell you anything else. Yeah, I had hip issues. Like I told you, the son of Nefertiti and Akhenaten, they were hermaphrodites. That's the truth. So, that's probably why I had a lot of problems. Take care and be safe, guys. Like I said, I was going to get into Enoch and the luminaries and how actually what you're seeing when you see that sundog, how everything works and things like that. I'm pretty sure I'm like, one of very few, that have seen the actual makeup and how everything operates that, I could tell you about it. But this is a little advanced. This is not anything simple. So be patient, guys. Be patient. I'll get back with you guys and take care. Have a good holiday, too.